Hello, my dear students. In today's class, we are going to discuss selective neat bits which are more important. Now, in the previous classes, we already discussed 21 bits. Today, we are starting from 22nd bit, which are previously asked in the NEET examinations. Now, this is the 22nd bit. The following reaction is described as alkyl halide is given. This is the nucleophile. Product is given. Br is replaced by OH. Br minus is replaced by OH means nucleophile is substituted by another nucleophile. This is an example of nucleophilic substitution. In the nucleophilic substitution, we are having two categories. One is SN1, other one is SN2. So the bits were given here as SN0, SN1, SN2, SU2, substitution electrophilic bimolecular. And of course, that is very rare, we never discussed it. SN0 also very rare. We need to consider these two bits. The competition lies in between these two. Whether this reaction, alkyl halide undergoes nuclear substitution, whether it is SN1 or SN2, we have to know, discuss. You know pretty well that in the case of SN1 reaction and SN2 reaction, if you compare, in SN1 reaction, carbon-ion formation takes place. Here, no carbon-ion formation in the mechanism, and that we cannot observe here. The most important difference in between these two is SN1 mechanism undergoes racemization. SN2 mechanism undergoes complete stereochemical inversion. Stereochemical inversion, which is also called Walden inversion. It is also called Walden inversion. That means the stereochemistry is completely changed. Left-hand side stereochemistry will be gone to right-hand side. Right-hand side groups will be completely inverted to left-side positions. Dextrorotatory will be converted into levorotatory. Levorotatory will be converted to dextrorotatory. And that is what you call stereochemical inversion. In the case of racemization, here carbonyl formation takes place, and therefore half the isomer will be in the original configuration, half will be in the opposite configuration. Half D, half L will be formed. That is what you call racemization. And here, just if you observe here, you know, primary alkyl halide undergoes SN1 mechanism. Tertiary alkyl halide undergoes SN1 mechanism, whereas primary alkyl halide undergoes SN2 mechanism. If it is secondary alkyl halide, maybe SN2, maybe SN1, depending upon the conditions of the reaction there. So here in this case, just observe, you can simply observe, Br position is exactly not occupied here. Br is in the right side, OH in the left side. So actually Br position is not occupied by OH. In spite of that, OH is occupying the opposite position of Br. And here, these alkyl groups along with H, if you take here, this is on the left side of the carbon, and that is now converted to the right side. Actually, carbon to which the halo group is attached is carrying only one hydrogen, means secondary alkyl halide. This is secondary alkyl halide. Secondary alkyl halide may be SN2, may be SN1. But in the given example, you can completely see that the stereochemical inversion is taking place here. Br is to the Br opposition, OH is taking the place and left side alkyl groups are converted to right side. So if it is dextro, that will be levo. If it is levo, that is dextro. Complete stereochemical inversion is taking place. So that is why that is only in the case of SN2 mechanism. So what is the correct bit here? This is an example where SN2, correct option is SN2 bit. Okay. Next one. Next one, 23. In which of the following compounds the CCl bond ionization shall give the most stable carbonium ion? All these are halogen derivatives of alkanes. Here, benzyl chloride, CH2Cl, primary alkyl halide, CHCl, secondary alkyl halide, which is isopropyl chloride, and this is tertiary carbon, tertiary alkyl halide, 2-chloro, 2-methyl, propane, tertiary butyl chloride. Whenever CCl bond undergoes ionization, it will give you carbonyl ion plus Cl minus ion. This is the carbonyl ion. When CCl bond is undergoing ionization, Cl takes the minus charge because Cl is more reluctant than carbon. It gives the carbonyl ion. And here, if CCl bond is undergoing ionization, you will get there, what is it? Benzyl carbonyl ion. This is benzyl carbonium ion. In this case, you will get NO2, CH2, CH2 plus CCl bond is undergoing ionization. This is primary carbonyl ion. Because carbonyl is carrying 2 hydrogens, it is primary. And this is benzyl carbonyl ion, aromatic alkyl. And the third one is CH3, CH plus. This is secondary carbonyl ion. And the last one, if you take tertiary butyl carbonyl ion, CH3, CH3 like this. This is tertiary butyl carbonyl ion. In the case of alkyl carbonyl ions, we know primary carbonyl ion is less stable than secondary carbonyl ion. Secondary carbonyl ion is less stable than tertiary carbonyl ion. This is tertiary carbonyl ion. This is true. So, in the case of BCD bits, D bit is the most stable carbonyl ion. And here, now we have to compare the stabilities of tertiary butyl carbonyl ion with benzyl carbonyl ion. This is tertiary butyl carbonyl ion. Tertiary butyl carbonyl ion. This is. Which is more stable? Generally, what is the sequence in the case of carbonyl ions? Primary carbonyl ion is less stable than secondary carbonyl ion, is less stable than tertiary carbonyl ion, is less stable than allyl carbonyl ion, is less stable than benzyl carbonyl ion. This is the actual series you have to follow. In most of the cases, this is true. Allyl carbonyl ion and benzyl carbonyl ion are getting resonance stabilization. And through mesomeric effects, minus m. And primary carbonyl ion, secondary carbonyl ion, tertiary carbonyl ion, the carbonyl ion is carrying alpha hydrogen here. This carbon is carrying alpha carbons 2, 6 hydrogens are there, and here alpha carbons are 3, 9 hydrogens are there. So these 3 can be stabilized by hyperconjugation. Here you can take the concept of hyperconjugation plus inductive effect also, plus inductive effect. Combined effect will be there. Anyhow, mesomeric effect is dominating than the hyperconjugation. Whenever mesomeric effect through resonance effect, first preference, second hyperconjugation, third inductive effect. So, basing on that, whenever the carbonyl ion is stabilized by mesomeric effect, then you have to say that it is having the most stability. Out of these two, more resonance forms will be there in the case of benzyl carbonyl ion, and that is why benzyl carbonyl is more stable than allyl carbonyl ion. And there is no such a resonance. It is only hyperconjugate resonance forms, but not the pi bond resonance forms. So here in these cases, this is the general order. Okay, well and good. Now, basing on that, if you take, this should be the answer. A should be the answer. But pitiable condition is experimental results are there. Experimental results show that tertiary butyl carbonyl ion is slightly more stable than benzyl carbonyl ion. Experimental results show this result. Slightly more stable. That means here this will be having 9 hyperconjugate resonance forms along with inductive effects. Combined effect is there. So 9 hyperconjugate resonance forms, because alpha hydrogens are 9 here, plus inductive effect, this added effect of inductive effect is slightly dominating the resonance effect of the benzyl carbonyl ion, slightly more stable. This is only true in this case. If you take any other tertiary carbonyl ion, any other tertiary carbonyl ion is less stable than benzyl carbonyl ion. This is only in the case of tertiary butyl. You can take, for example, tertiary carbonyl ion other than this. You can take in this manner CH2R, CH2R, CH2R. You can take this one. This is young alpha carbon 2 hydrogens, alpha carbon 2 hydrogens, alpha carbon 2 hydrogens. There will be only 6 hyperconjugate resonance forms along with inductive effect. Even you can take here CH3, or even you can take here CH3, any other tertiary alkyl carbonyl ion except tertiary butyl if you take. All these tertiary carbonyl ions are less stable than benzyl carbonyl ion. Only exceptional case is tertiary butyl carbonyl ion. This is the experimental evidence. Experimental evidence you have to consider whenever theory is made. Theory should be given support by the experiments. And here experiment is not supporting this result. You have to support only experiment. You have to give the final decision only by experimental results. And that is why, theoretically speaking, this is more stable. Experimentally speaking, this is more stable. You have to give most preference only to experimental results. And so here, in this case, what is the correct answer? Benzyl carbonyl ion is slightly less stable than tertiary butyl. The most stable carbonyl ion here is tertiary butyl carbonyl ion. If you take the order, tertiary butyl is more stable than benzyl, benzyl is more stable than secondary, secondary is more stable than primary. This is the order actually, and most stable carbonyl ion is tertiary butyl. This is the answer. Okay? Follow? Next bit. Next one, 24th bit. Which one of the following is the most reactive towards electrophilic reagents? Which of the following undergoes electrical substitution more easily further? 4 compounds are given. Orthomethoxytoluene, orthomethylenzole. This is orthomethylphenol, orthohydroxytoluene, which are nothing but the crystals. And this is hydroxymethyltoluene, and this is NHAC estanides, orthohydroxyestanides. This is the compounds given. In all these cases, here there should be CH3. In all these cases, CH3 group is common. And here, OCH3, OH, CH2OH, and COCH3. Out of these 4 groups is more electron releasing. As they are attached to benzyl rings, generally you will give preference to the mesomeric effect. Electron releasing means plus mesomeric effect. That one which is having lone pair will be having automatically releasing character. And if you take here, this will be having lone pair, this is having lone pair, this is not having lone pair, and this is having lone pair. And those groups will be electron releasing when attached to benzene ring through plus mesomeric effect. But here, out of these 3, which is more electron releasing? and CH2OH, of course, OH is attached to the saturated carbon. This is having minus inductive effect, and thereby it is withdrawing the electrons from carbon. The donation character is decreased here. This is the least reactive towards the electrophilic reagent. You have to compare these three bits ABD, which is more releasing. You have to remember and recollect the plus mesomeric decreasing order of the various groups, the decreasing character of decreasing character of various groups through plus mesomeric effect. All these are in lone pairs. First priority should be given the O minus. Minus charge means it is having 2 electrons. Releasing charge is more easier than releasing lone pair, and that is why this will be more electron releasing first priority. Next, NH2 as electronegativity is less here, that will be releasing more than oxygen. And here NH2 is not given here. In the place of NH2, NHCOCH3 is given. That is far beyond OR. And so you have to compare these two. Alkoxy group and hydroxy group, out of these two, which group is releasing more electrons more easily than the OR, alkoxy. So out of the priority, this is also almost list releasing character is difficult than OR minus. And so here in this case, NHCOCH3 is not easy for giving the electron substitution. And here you have to compare these two bits. Which of these two has more electron releasing character? And see, this is the list here. OH group is more electron releasing than OR. And so out of these two, which is more correct here? OH group is more releasing than OCH3. And that is why this B bit, that means orthomethyl phenol or cresol, that is releasing easily electron cloud into the benzene ring, and so it undergoes electron substitution more easily than the remaining compounds. So what is the correct answer here, students? What is the correct answer? Out of all these, for B bit is the correct answer. It undergoes the electron substitution more easily than the remaining compounds. Next to it, OCH3. Next to it, NHCOCH3. Next to it, this is benzyl alcohol. Okay? This is the way you have to get the answer. Next bit. Next one, 25th. Which of the following is not the product of dehydration of alcohol? Given alcohol. 1, 2, 3, 4 butane, 2 methyl, 2 butanol, and this is phenyl, 1 phenyl. 1 phenyl, 2 methyl, 2 butanol. This is the compound given. This is of course alcohol, and this carbon is carrying 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol is given dehydration. What is the dehydration product? And which is not possible out of all this? Only one is not possible, 3 are possible. Which is not possible, he is asking. In what we have to do? You have to always follow Sedgwick rule. You have to always follow Sedgwick rule. In elimination reaction, in dehydration or elimination. Dehydration or elimination reaction. What is that? In the elimination reaction, that beta carbon which has lower number of hydrogen atoms participate in elimination reaction. This is Sedgwick rule. In order to have the dehydration product, generally it should be having at least 1 beta hydrogen. If there is no beta hydrogen, some changes may be taking place, that is a different matter. First of all, you have to follow, it should be having beta carbon, and that carbon should be having at least 1 beta hydrogen, then dehydration is possible. Here you need not take the gamma carbon. Gamma carbon hydrogen does not participate in the elimination reaction according to Sedgwick rule. Now let us check. This is the compound given, this is the carbon, this is the beta alpha carbon, this is the alpha carbon, this is the alpha carbon. This carbon is having 3 alpha carbons. And here this carbon becomes beta carbon to this carbon. This carbon is carrying the alcohol group. And so here, in this case, carbon here, hydrogen here, hydrogen here, hydrogen here participate for the dehydration. So here you can take CHCOH. In the elimination reaction, this is the elimination part. This is the alpha carbon, alpha hydrogen, and so it will be converted into C double bond C like this. H2 is removed. This is the elimination reaction. This you have to imagine. And so here, this carbon is this is CH3. This is carrying 3 hydrogens. This is carrying 2 hydrogens. This is carrying 1, 2, 3. Fourth valence is hydrogen. So all these 3 alpha carbons are having hydrogens. And along with the OH group, these hydrogens can be removed. If H is removed here, the pi bond will be obtained here between these two. Where is it? Here. This is the pi bond. If H is removed here, C double bond C will be obtained here. Where is it? This is the. If H is removed here, C double bond is obtained here, C double bond C. Where is it? This is the bond. And here if you take the bond here, this is the alpha, this is the alpha, this is the beta. Beta carbon does not participate in the elimination reaction. This is not possible in this case because this OH group cannot take the beta hydrogen here for the elimination. Whenever alpha hydrogen is available there. So out of all these 4 bits, this is possible, this is possible, this is possible, this is impossible. So which is not likely to be present here? Not the product of dehydration here. This is the not product. So which is the correct bit here? Bit A is the correct answer for it. And out of this image, which is the major product? Which is the major product means that beta carbon, that alpha carbon which is having, that beta carbon which is having minimum hydrogens will be participating here. This beta carbon is having, this is alpha, this is beta, this is beta, this is beta, this is gamma. Sorry for the confusion. And so this beta carbon is participating, this beta carbon is participating, this beta carbon is also participating here to get the elimination products. And this beta carbon is having only 1 hydrogen, this is having 3 hydrogens, this is having 2 hydrogens. The most major products, what is it? This is major product. That means this is the major product. That is not the bit here, which is not likely to be formed. And so here gamma carbon cannot participate here. That beta carbon which has a lower number of carbons hydrogen participate here. All these beta carbons are having hydrogen. Beta hydrogen must be there. First condition, it should be having at least 1 beta hydrogen. Then only elimination takes place. And that beta carbon which is having lesser number of hydrogen will be participating more and more. And this is the major product. These are also formed likely. This is not at all formed because gamma carbon cannot be involved here. So this is the correct answer. Bit A is the correct answer. Okay. So that is the way you have to select here from the elimination reaction. Follow Serge rule. Right. Next bit. Next bit, 26th one. Treatment of cyclopentanone, this is the structure, with methyl lithium gives which of the following species? A. Cyclopentanonyl radical. B. Cyclopentanonyl biradical. That means 2 atoms in this structure will be having free radicals. And C. Cyclopentanonyl cation. D. Cyclopentanonyl anion. Which of these 4 is correct? And you have to know that alkyl lithium or any organometallic compound. Organometallic compound. This is the source for carbanion. Carbanion is powerful nucleophile. You can take here CH3Li. Metal always takes positive charge, carbon takes negative charge. This is the methyl carbanion. So carbanion is powerful nucleophile. Here we are having cyclopentanone like this. It is having keto group. The pi bond will be polarized like this. CH3 minus will be attacking the carbonyl carbon here. Then what happens? Nucleophilic attack is taking place on the carbonyl carbon, and this gives you here CH3 and here O minus. This is cyclopentanone anion, not cation. Of course, lithium will be added to it. This becomes lithium salt. Upon hydrolysis, this will be converted into OH group. And so in this way, whenever you are taking the organometallic compound, which is the source for powerful anion, powerful nucleophile, namely carbanion, that makes its nucleophilic attack easily on any carbonic compound, giving you this type of charge O minus. O minus means anion. So that leads to formation of anion, but not cation, not radical. And in this way, which is the correct bit here? Cyclopentanone anion here. This is the correct bit because it is anion. In that way, nucleophilic attack on carbonyl compound always gives you first anion, and that will be attacked by electrophile to give the products. Okay? The next one. Next one, 27. The OH group of an alcohol, ROH, or OH group of COOH group, OH of COOH, can be replaced by chloro group by using what? 4 bits are given. A. Hydrochloric acid, B. Hypochlorous acid, C. Phosphorus pentachloride, D. Chlorine. The OH group, whether it is alcohol or COOH, this can be replaced by Cl. Generally, the reagent used here, you know pretty well. One is HCl in the presence of ZnCl2. The other one is PCl3. Third one is PCl5. Fourth one is SOCl2. Thionyl chloride. HCl, ZnCl2 is dehydrating agent there. Phosphorus trichloride, phosphorus pentachloride, and SOCl2. These are the 4 chlorinating agents to replace OH of alcohol or COH by Cl. These are the groups. Generally, whenever HCl is given, you have to use ZnCl2. PCl3 and PCl5 can also be used. When PCl3 is used, all the 3 Cl groups will be utilized for the conversion. In the case of PCl5, only 1 Cl is utilized. In the case of SOCl2, 1 Cl is utilized, 1 OH group is to be taken there. You can take, for example, ROH plus PCl3. All the 3 Cls will be utilized here. So you will get here 3 OH groups. 3 RCl plus POH thrice, H3PO3. And this is the conversion. Alcohol can be converted into alkyl halide, or acid can be converted into acid chloride. Similarly, you can take here ROH plus PCl5. You will get here RCl plus POCl3 plus HCl. This is the case here. In the last case, you can take here ROH plus SOCl2. OH is replaced by Cl, you will get here RCl plus SO2 plus HCl. And these are the methods. If you take HCl, RCl plus H2O, this is the categorization. ROH plus HCl, ZnCl2, you will get RCl plus H2O. This is the conversion. All these 4 can be utilized for the conversion of alcohol into alkyl halide or carboxylic acid into acid chloride. And here HCl generally not used because you have to use always use ZnCl2 as a dehydrating agent. H2O should be absorbed there. Some complications are also there. PCl3 can be used, but along with the RCl you are getting phosphorus acid here. Separation becomes difficult. And in the case of PCl also, RCl plus POCl plus Cl. POCl is obtained again. Separation becomes difficult. And in the case of SOCl2, this is the best method. Out of all these, this is the best method to prepare alkyl halide. Because if you take ROH SOCl2, RCl plus SO2 gas, HCl gas, both will be escaping, RCl only remains. Only alkyl halide is obtained. That is why this is the best method. That is another bit. But here in this case, hypochlorous is not used. Hydrochlorous alone cannot be used. Chlorine cannot be used. The only reagent that is used here is phosphorus pentachloride. Phosphorus pentachloride here. The remaining are not given there. So this is the only bit to be suitable for this question. So here bit C is the correct choice for this 27th bit. Okay. The next one. The last one for today's session in part number 4. 28th bit. The number of isomers in formula C4H10O will be A5, B6, C7, D8. Total number of isomers you have to take here. And here you have to recollect one point. Alkane plus O is suited for alcohol and ether. Alcohol and ether. Open chain formula. Alkane plus O will be best suited for aldehyde and ketone. And so alkane plus O, here alkane means CnH2n plus 2 plus O. When n is equal to 4 here, n is equal to 4, put here C4H10O. So this formula is suited for this, alcohol and ether. And so C4H10O can be in the form of alcohol, can be in the form of ether. How many alcohols are there? How many ethers are there? Put together total how many are there? You have to get the idea for this. Here, in the case of C4H10O, you have to take 4 carbons like this, to which alcohol group is attached. Or, in the case of ether, you can take OC like this, unsymmetrical ether, or CCOCC, symmetrical ether. This is unsymmetrical ether. This is symmetrical ether. In this case, butyl, we can also take isobutyl also like this. This is isobutyl. You can take OH here also. In this case, 1-butanol, 2-butanol. In this case, 1-hydroxy-2-methyl propane. That means 2-methyl propanol and 2-methyl 2-propanol. 2 here will be obtained. Here 2 isomers will be obtained. Here 2 isomers will be obtained. Totally there are 4 alcohols. Alcohols is equal to 4. In the case of ethers, you are taking C normal propyl methyl ether, and this can also be written as isopropyl. So here we will be obtained 2, and this is only 1 symmetrical ether. You cannot change this group into other group. So this is only 1. So how many ethers are there? 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So total alcohols is equal to 4. Total ethers is equal to 3. Total sum, if you take 4 plus 3, that is equal to 7. How many isomers are possible here? There are total isomers 7. This is 7. This is correct bit. And here you can follow one trick whenever functional group is given. Number of carbons, number of isomers. This is the trick you have to follow. There is 1 carbon, 1 isomer, 2 carbons, 1 isomer, 3 carbons, 2 isomers, 4 carbons, 4 isomers, 5 carbons, 7 isomers. This is the number of isomers that will be obtained when the functional group is attached to carbon chain. And here in this case, if you take alcohol, alcohol means CCCCOH. This is the alcohol. This OH group is carrying this chain. And there are 4 carbons here. When there are 4 carbons, how many isomers are possible? 4. And therefore there are 4 alcohols. This will be 4 alcohols. This is the clue. This is the trick. And you can write in this way or in this way. And in this case, you can take other functional isomer. This is the functional isomer. 2 chains are there. You have to take that chain which is having longer number of carbons, larger number of carbons. There are 3, there is 1, you have to select this one. When there are 3 carbons, how many isomers are possible? When there are 3 carbons, 2 isomers are possible. Here 2. And in the case of symmetrically there, either one it is having same number of carbons, so you can take one of these 2. Or one side only you have to take here, O carrying 2 carbons. When there are 2 carbons, how many isomers are possible? Only 1 is possible. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3 here. Total is equal to 3. 3 isomers for ether and 4 isomers for alcohol. Total, if you take, total is equal to 4 plus 3, that is equal to 7. This is a trick only. You can follow this one, or if you remember, you can follow this one also. Whenever OH functional group is attached to carbon chain, basing on the carbon chain, you can give the number of isomers. If it is the functional group having 2 alkyls on either side, then you have to take that alkyl group having large number of carbons and select the number of isomers there, depending on it. This is the number and this is the number of isomers. Okay, this is the trick you can follow, or otherwise you can write like this. So what is the correct answer here? Bit C7 is the correct answer. 4 isomeric alcohols and 3 isomeric ethers are obtained. Total number of isomers is equal to 7. So this is the way you have to answer the bits. And with this part is over. And this is the part number 4 of organic chemistry for selective neat bits. After the completion of this, we are going to discuss some more neat bits in part number 5. So don't forget of subscribing my channel, namely complete name GSS Chemistry channel. GSS Chemistry channel. Subscribe it and you will get more number of parts in your cell. Okay. Thank you very much for your kind hearing.